Hey mama, if you're listening to this, you might be carrying a secret that feels too heavy to speak out loud. You look like you got it all together, you serve at church, maybe you even lead a Bible study. You smile when you drop off the kids, but no one sees the other side of you, the one that comes out behind closed doors. At home, you are a completely different person. You yell, you explode, you scream at your kids, sometimes in their face. You tell them to shut up. You grab them too harshly. You throw things across the room. You smack them in anger, twist their ears, spank them in rage, and immediately after, you are hit with a tidal wave of shame. You cry alone in your room and you whisper, "God, what is wrong with me?" You feel scared and disgusted by your own reactions. You're terrified that someone might find out. You wonder if your kids would be better off without you. You feel unworthy, broken, and too far gone to be redeemed. You try to fix this on your own. You listen to podcasts, parenting books, download freebies, but nothing changes. You keep falling back into the same patterns, and it feels like you are stuck in a cycle that you can't break. You don't trust yourself anymore, and if you're honest, you are afraid of who you become. But here's the truth, Mama. You are not beyond hope. You're not alone, and with God's help and the right support, you can change. I'm Elizabeth, a mom of 4 and an anger management coach for Christian moms. And inside my Calm Christian Mom coaching program, I guide women just like you through a powerful transformation. This isn't shallow behavior management. We go deep. We address your triggers, your stress, your mindset, your nervous system, and the spiritual root behind your patterns. We invite God into every layer and walk hand in hand towards healing. In just 12 weeks, you can become a completely different mom, unrecognizable. One who leads with patience, not panic. One whose children feel emotionally safe around her. One who cultivates peace. This summer, I'm offering a Calm Mama strategy session, a powerful 15-minute one-on-one coaching session designed to help you uncover the root of your anger and receive spiritual, emotional, and practical support. It's your chance to experience what coaching is like with me before diving deeper into ongoing support. If we both feel like the full program is the next right step, we can talk about what that looks like for you. You don't have to keep living like this. Your family is worth healing, and so are you. Use the link in the show notes to book the Calm Mama strategy session.
Hey friend! I am so excited that you're joining me back at Emotionally Healthy Legacy Podcast. Today, I want to chat with you just kind of behind the scenes of my life. Of July and August, I started this new thing in the beginning of the year where I share a little bit behind the scenes of my life, just so you can get to know me a little bit better. And since I'm not on social media, I just choose what I share over here, and I just want to invite you a little bit behind the scenes into my life. Before we jump into the episode, I wanted to share with you something exciting that I put together. About a week ago, I recorded this training for you specifically. It is 5 steps to break free from mom rage shame. It's completely free. In the show notes, there's a link for you to show you how to get the training. I'm just asking for one thing before you get the training, is for you to leave me a review on Apple Podcasts and submit the review, and then you get a link where to get the training. It will be so helpful for you. So if you are stuck in shame and guilt after rage and after screaming and yelling, and you feel like the worst person in the world, you cry yourself to sleep, you don't know how to get out of that shame spiral, and the enemy is using all those negative thoughts to keep you feeling stuck, this is exactly for you. I have a 5-step process, how to reflect and how to shift your perspective and how to get out of that hole of shame and guilt and move forward and make changes moving forward. So if this feels like something that you're struggling with, in the show notes, get the free training. It's going to be super, super helpful and valuable for you. So if you are new, I have 4 kids. My husband and I live in Florida. We moved a year ago from Minnesota. All our family is still back in Minnesota. We're kind of on our own here in Florida. We moved because we wanted warm weather. And that's kind of where we are at right now. We live in North Florida. We have 3 boys and 1 girl. Our girl's a toddler and the boys range from 6 to 11. So in July, so at the end of June, we went on a family vacation on the west side of Florida. My family and all my siblings came down with their families and kids. And then when we were done with that, my older 2 boys flew back with my parents to Minnesota. And they had a lot of fun over there. They stayed there for almost a month between my parents and my in-laws over there. They took turns and they went to a kids camp. They went camping, tent camping with my parents. They went to a water park. They went to sleepovers at their aunts and uncles. They went to Mall of America rides. They had a ton of sugar, way, way, way more than they would normally have. So they had a great time. And I'm so happy that they were able to make such good memories with their grandparents. I am being a little bit quiet right now and yawning because it is Saturday morning. It's 7:10 and my family is still sleeping. And who knows when they're going to wake up. And so my daughter turned 2 in early July. So we celebrated her birthday, my husband, me, and our other son. And we got some fireworks and to explode on our street and just to have some fun with our kids. I took my daughter and my son, I took the whole month off of July from working. I did a little bit behind the scenes, things I was working on like tech stuff and stuff like that, but no podcasting, no email. I was just being more present with my daughter and my son. And so I took them to the pool. I took them to the ocean. We went to playgrounds regularly. We just, at least 3 days a week. We went to playgrounds at least 3 days a week. We would go and places and just hang out and have fun, and they really enjoyed it and I had a good time. As this was going on, I felt like God was leading me to create something new for you ladies. I've had one-off coaching calls available. I've had a course available, Emotionally Healthy Mom course, and I had a one-on-one coaching program, and I felt like neither of them were serving either of you really great. And so I was thinking like, well, how can I best serve you? Like, you are my person that I'm trying to help and support. You're the one that is screaming at your kids so much your throat hurts. You hate looking at yourself in the mirror because you hate the person you become. You feel like a monster. You feel like you're living this double life where you're one way at church and then a completely different person behind closed doors. You are afraid your kids are going to hate you and your relationships are going to be ruined because there's no connection between you two. You're constantly screaming and yelling. You are ready to break these generational patterns. And I was thinking, what is the best way that I can support you? Because it's not a one-off time where I can coach you and you're feeling better. This changes. This is something that needs to be ongoing support. Of course, yes, people were buying it, but people were not finishing it because the mom is overwhelmed, because she's so stressed out. She doesn't have time for herself. She needs someone to guide her and walk her through it. So I was thinking, what is the best way that I can support you? And I had this one-on-one coaching program, but it needed to be updated. It needed to, since I made a switch to Christian moms, it needed to bring the faith into it. And so I decided to just take all the other offers off and just have one main thing. Why? Because I truly believe it's going to serve you best. It's going to change your life. And so I was working on that behind the scenes of trying to put that together for you. in the best way that I can. And I did create something that is so amazing, that is so transformational, that will literally change your life and your family's life. And you don't have to carry this story of anger and rage, and your kids don't have to carry that into their generation. You get to break that cycle, and I will support you every step of the way. My program is 12 weeks long. It is an investment. I will not lie. Why? Because I need you to be committed. I need you to show up. It needs to be a stretch for you to do the work, because when studies show when you're invested financially, you are showing up. And I create so much support around it. I have weekly coaching calls. I have one-on-one boxer support Monday through Friday. I check in with you. You submit your homework assignments to me. You are required to spend regular time with the Lord, and I check in with you. I make it so supportive. You also get a gift package in the mail with all these pampering things that are gonna help you to relax when you're having a hard day, like a journal and cute pens and a candle and bath salts and body butter and all these things and a face mask. And it's just something that's going to just support you along the way. I have just been so excited about this offer because I don't know anyone who is offering this much support and guidance. The problem with moms is not that they don't know what to do. They just don't do what they know. There's no lack of information. It's out there. Everything I teach, you could probably find on YouTube. You could probably find somewhere else. But the problem is not the fact that you don't know what to do, you're just not implementing it. You need someone to hold your hand. You need someone to keep you accountable. It needs to be an investment so you show up. It needs to be a stretch. And so many moms are like, well, I wish I could, I don't have the money. Let's pause that for a second. I can, and how can I come up with the money? That would be your question. I know I need this. I know this will change my life. How can I come up with the money? When I wanted something, I had to shift my mindset. When it was the first course that I was buying that I really wanted so bad, I truly believed it was going to change my life. And it did, in a good way. I didn't have the money for it. And my husband said, no, I'm sorry, we don't have the money for it. And even courses was like it was the first time I even brought it up. I've never even known about courses before. And instead of thinking, I don't have the money for it, yes, I got upset for a little while because my husband said no. After crying for a little bit and just kind of maybe journaling some on it, I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm an action-taking, problem-solving woman. I will find the money. I'm going to get creative. How can I come up with the money? Is there anything I can sell? Is there anything I can do, like babysit on the side? What can I do? I had to get creative. I ended up selling something and I came up with the money. So if that's your block, I need you to reframe that and be like, how can I come up with the money to support myself? Because I know I need this for me and my family. And expressing to your spouse, like, I need support. I've tried doing it on my own. And that is why I believe that my program is so transformational, because you have support. You have someone that holds your hand all the way through. You have someone in your corner. I pray over you every time. Like every day, I'm praying over you and I'm encouraging you, and I'm there to answer any questions, check in with you. You're not going to find this kind of support anywhere else. Coaches don't normally do that. You have usually access to them once a week. Counselor, you have access once a week for 1 hour. You have access to me Monday through Friday. And I'm here to guide you every step of the way. I'm just saying, I'm so excited about my coaching container. And if you choose to enter in and feels aligned with you and you're like, this is exactly what I need. I want to become that calm, patient, grounded mom who's kind to her kids, who doesn't scream at them every day, who doesn't ruin relationship with them. I want to break these generational patterns of yelling and screaming and rage and just feeling out of control. I am so ready to do whatever it takes, because the cost of feeling stuck is way more than the cost of investing. I would encourage you to book a clarity call. There's a link below in the show notes. Book a clarity call. I promise you this will change your life for the better. So I'm just so excited about this opportunity for you to change your life. And that's why I'm sharing about it, because I know that this is the answer you've been praying for. I have moving on to the next thing. I have a couple friends here in Florida that are podcasters, Christian podcasters. We get together in July and just like talk about our business and have dinner together. It was so life-giving. It was just so fun because it's a lonely path when you're just kind of doing your own thing and you're behind the mic and behind the computer and you don't have anyone in your corner that you can talk and share ideas with. So it was just so fun to get together with these women. My boys came back at the end of July with my mother-in-law. She brought them here to Minnesota, back to Florida. It was so fun to have her over because she cooks a lot and she did a lot of cooking and we enjoyed it and we had a great time. And I don't mind when someone cooks for me because I hate cooking. So she cooked multiple soups. She did a bunch of, is it crepes? Is that what you say? How you say it in English? Crepes. And the kids just loved Grandma's cooking, and I felt so relieved for a few days because I didn't have to do as much cooking. I just helped clean up. So that was really good. My oldest son and my husband, they went to a concert, an F concert at the end of July. I did a June reflection month. My husband, I gifted him with my son for Father's Day tickets to an F concert, and him and my son got to go. So they had an awesome time. They had a really good time. We took my mother-in-law to St. Augustine in Florida. I looked at the weather. I didn't see any rain. And then we got there. And Florida has rain in the summertime is really sporadic. And we got there and there wasn't too many people in St. Augustine. I'm like, that's weird. As we were walking around the streets, it took us an hour to drive there. It started pouring so hard. We couldn't walk around anywhere. We ended up just running to our cars, got all soaking wet. But you know what? It just is what it is. Obviously, the kids were a little bit annoyed. Everybody came home all wet and gross, but it's just life. And sometimes you can't change the way things turn out, and you just have to accept it. And you're like, hey, we can either complain and be miserable or be like, you know what? It is what it is, and we're just going to deal with it, and find a way to laugh about it later. Okay, what about August? What did we do in August? It is super hot outside here in Florida. Insane, super hot. And we stay inside a lot. Even if you go on a walk in the evenings, it's just icky and gross. And we just stay inside a lot. What else? We got a little puppy named Fluffy. He's a little cute white Pomeranian. So right now I'm in the process of potty training a dog and teaching him not to bite. Those are the big things. And our kids really like the dog. We just have to be constantly careful telling them not to hurt him because our daughter likes to pick him up and just toss them. And Pomeranians are really fragile. You're not supposed to do that. So that creates a little bit of anxiety and stress. So you have to constantly watch her with a dog or just have the dog in a separate space. The kids did lemonade stands to raise money for a puppy. So that was really fun because they contributed to a huge chunk of it because they were outside holding lemonade signs and raising money for a puppy because we wanted them to learn that if you want something, you have to work for it. And we got the puppy from a neighbor down our street who had 4 Pomeranian puppies. So it was fun. Our family's getting adjusted to having a dog. We've never had a dog before or a pet really. And so this is fun. Also a big learning curve for me. Now it's time to learn about dogs and Pomeranians. You got to brush their teeth and brush their coat and give them baths and all the things that it comes with having a little puppy and training one. My kids went back to school at middle of August, and so that was good. My oldest started football, so that's all new for me. And for our family, we haven't had our kids in sports yet. We went to his first football game. My husband and I, right away, I told him, I'm like, we have to go in separate cars because very likely our 2-year-old is not going to sit through the whole thing, which was so accurate. About 15 minutes in, she's like all over the place. She wants to run onto the field. She keeps running away. And about probably 40 minutes in, I took the younger two kids and I went home, because running around after a 2-year-old who wants to just run onto the football field or screaming and yelling is just, not the best experience. But anyways, nevertheless, it was our first time going to a football game. Yesterday, actually, as I'm recording this, it was my first time my son actually playing on the field, because he's in his school, it's middle school and high school team together. And so there's big kids and little kids, and he's in 6th grade, and he's not like a huge kid. So he's so tiny. He's probably the smallest of everybody on the team. And then there's these giants. And so they're playing teams that have these high schoolers. So yeah. Anyways, it's just, but he enjoys it, even though it's so freaking hot outside. He is having a good time. Okay, school pickup is a little bit messy this year for us. That's probably another thing that's a little bit challenging for me. Last year, all my boys were in elementary school, so my younger two had school finished earlier, and then they went to sibling room and waited for my older one, and then he picked them up, and they came outside, and I picked up all the kids together at like 3:15. And now they don't have sibling room, and I have to pick up my younger one, and then I have to pick up my older kids, my older two. And so I have to come at like 2:45 and then sit around and wait till my older one gets out of school, and then pick up my older ones. And so by the time I stand in line, leave the house, it's like a whole hour process, even the school is like 5 minutes away. So I'm not really happy about that, but it is what it is, and I'm trying to make the best out of it. I oftentimes do have to wake up my toddler from her nap to go pick up the boys, because before she could sleep for another half an hour or so, and now I have to wake her up to go pick up the boys, and it's kind of sucks, but it is what it is, and we're just trying to work around it. And I just try to use that time, since my first grader, he's still in like school mode, just get his homework done while we're sitting in the car and do his reading and practice his Bible verse. And so then when he comes home, he doesn't really have to do any homework, which we're trying to make the best of it. Let's see. I had a workshop on August. That was really good. I had a fun workshop for moms, and it was teaching moms how to handle mom rage and how to support themselves proactively. And it was really good. It was 3 days. It was so awesome. The women that have joined it, they were so excited about it, so grateful. And some women signed up for my coaching container. So I am really grateful for an opportunity to serve moms in that way, and like giving them and gifting them this information and knowledge that they need to start implementing changes. I already shared with you about my new coaching program that I'm super, super excited about. And again, if this feels aligned with you, if you're still listening and you feel like coaching is exactly what you need to start actually implementing and see the transformation in your life, if you need someone to hold your hand and keep you accountable, this program is for you. Yes, it's an investment, and there's a reason for that, because if it doesn't cost much, you don't show up. If you're invested, if it's a stretch, that's when you show up and do the transformation. What is it costing you to feel stuck where you're at right now? Telling me. How much would you pay to feel good as a mom on a regular basis, to change your legacy, to have a good relationship with your kids, have a safe, emotional, stable home for your family? How much would it cost you, and how much are you willing to pay for it? That's the question. To me, that's priceless. I want you to think that when you go to sleep at night, to be happy is the way that you showed up as a mom, and feel proud of the way you handled your day, instead of feeling guilty and filled with shame and feeling like you're not meant to be a mom, crying to your husband saying, I'm the worst mom in the world. This can stop, my friend. This does not have to be your story, and you have the responsibility to change that. It's not going to just go away by praying. If you are one of those people that says, I've prayed about it and my anger is not leaving, my friend, it's like praying to lose weight while you're still doing all the things that contribute to you being overweight. You're like, well, I'm praying about it. well, I'm trying to lose weight. I try to eat healthy. So why am I not losing weight? Because it's not something that you just dabble into and try. Like, you have to do things completely differently and little by little make these steps and make these changes. So if you're ready to move forward and to completely change your life, please book a clarity call with me. That is the next right step. And okay, the last thing I wanted to share with you is that we did this in the springtime, and in the summertime it didn't work so much because it was super hot. And then my older two were gone and it was just icky and hot, but we got back into it. Family evening walks, going on family walks. And it's fun, but it's a little crazy. The other day we went on a family walk. We have the dog on a leash that is still learning and is all over the place and getting into our feet and trying to run away. We have a toddler that does not want to sit in the stroller, that's trying to go in people's yards and, run away. We have 3 boys that are on their skates, roller skates, that are just going all over the place and have hockey sticks and are pushing a ball around. And it's just insanity. And if you, as an outsider, look at our family going on a walk, you probably think we're crazy, and we look like we are just trying to manage a herd of sheep. And like, hey, come over here, get back here, don't touch the cars, stay away from the cars, Fluffy, come back here. And my husband's like feeling a little bit frustrated, and he's like, I just feel like I'm managing a herd of sheep. And I'm like, I know, you can either get frustrated about it and just get annoyed and be like, screw it. It's so much easier to just turn on screens and stay home. Or you can think about it, this is my opportunity to spend time with my kids. This is kind of funny that you have to constantly manage the kids and they're all going into different directions, and you can just laugh about it and be lighthearted and just be like, you know what? It is what it is. And, this is our time to spend time to make memories with our kids and be with them and connect with them. And I just laughed about it, and I'm like, this is my favorite time. I know it's a little crazy, but it's my favorite time of the day to connect with the kids and spend time with them. So that's my spiel for you. This is my little recap of July and August. I probably missed some things, but anyways, nevertheless, if you feel drawn towards my coaching program, my friend, the next step is to book a clarity call with me to see if my program is a fit for you. And this call is reserved for moms that are truly ready to start making changes and are ready to do whatever it takes. They're ready to do the uncomfortable work. They're ready to commit. They're ready to make the financial investment. This is the step for you if you are truly ready to change your life when it comes to feeling good as a mom, transform this anger and rage into a mom who's peaceful and calm and shows up in a way that she's proud of and that is God honoring to her family. This is for the mom that does not want to look back at her life and regret the way she handled things and been with her kids and wants to have more peace and calm in her home. My friend, I will connect with you in the next episode, and until next time.
Hey mama, do you find yourself snapping over the smallest things, like spilled milk or constant whining, then feeling horrible afterwards? If you're tired of losing your temper and you want to show up with more patience, I have something for you. It's a free training called How to Be More Patient with Your Kids so you're not screaming over spilled milk. Inside, I'll walk you through 10 simple things you can start doing today to become a calmer, more Christ-like mom, even on the hard days. To get it for free, just leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot to hello@emotionallyhealthylegacy.com. Or if you'd rather skip the wait, you can grab it right now for just $27. The link is in the show notes. Let's help you become the peaceful, patient mom your kids need.